First day of practice. How are you feeling about the team so far?
Just excited to get back out here with the guys. Just report day yesterday, and just being back around them. I mean, we're around them all the time, but there's so much time spent in a college football yearly calendar that you can't be out here on the field. I mean, this is why we do it, to get out here on the field and get to play, football. So I'm just excited. I'm excited about this group of guys. I think we've got, and I'm just talking about the type of people we've got in the entire program, from the coaches to the players and just everybody involved. I'm proud of them, and I'm excited to get back here and get 2017 started.
Cool. What do you like about the pace today?
I liked it. That's what I said. It's when you're in helmets, it's not real football. So you've got to learn how to practice and get something out of it. You've got to, we're going to be teaching off of where you're going in the right spot, not if you made the actual play. Especially up front. You're a defensive lineman and you're a offensive lineman. You're a linebacker. You're a fullback. We showed clips yesterday night of what we wanted, and it's we're not going to win any games today out here in shorts and a t-shirt. So, but we've got to get the work in. We got to install plays. We got to go in the right direction. And when we do put on the pads, then we'll see the physicality. But it's the way that football is now. The way that you have to practice. You got to learn how to teach in more walkthrough situations and install and keep your team healthy. If we're out here on August 5th. We don't play till September 9th. We've got a talented group of guys, but we got to get them to the season too. So we got to practice well. We got to practice smart.
What's different about this year's team?
Every team is different, and every year there's new players. There's probably 30 new players on this team from last year. So new faces, new identity. Every year faces different challenges, and but the majority of our team that played last year is coming back. So a lot of experience. And just year two, just for me, feeling more comfortable and what you expect from the team and what you want from the meetings and everything. Both coordinators are the exact same, so the terminology for these guys, for the offense, we put this offense in 3 years ago. There's always changes, but the guy like Sam Straub, this is the third year he's heard the same plays, and second year for the defense, so we should be able to take a step forward in that aspect.
You took some notes your first year as a head coach. What was the biggest lesson, I guess, you took from that when you're looking back on those and getting ready for practice this year?
We tweaked a few things in practice, but not a lot. I like the way that the pace of our practice. We get in and off the field pretty quick. We get our work in. I think just personally how, where I put my time. I learned pretty quickly that you can't be everywhere. You can't coach everything. You've got to do a great job in the film room and staff meetings of just being clear on what you expect from every person in your entire organization, because it always reflects back on you. So you've got to coach, not necessarily coach the coaches, but they got to understand the expectations. And I just some things too, like where I let my energy be put. If I've got to focus it on the guys and the team and making this football team better, and I think we've done that.
What kind of tool is Darrell to the offense?
Darrell's has a chance to be as good as really he wants to be. He's got to stay healthy, but talent-wise, he could start for anybody in the country. I really feel like that. I mean, he's a big, strong kid. He's come a long way, really off the field, and his preparation out here in practice. If you would have watched him 3 years ago in this practice, he would have probably at some point had his helmet off and talking about, something that was a distraction, or and he's just grown up a lot. He's always been a good player, and he's had some outstanding games for us as a freshman and sophomore. And now these last 2 years, I think you'll see him, really take off. I don't know, stat-wise, how many balls and all that kind of stuff, I don't know. But I just know he's a mature player. He comes out here and he works. He's had the best summer that maybe out anybody on our team. Hasn't missed one workout every single day. We met last week with our strength and conditioning coach, went over everybody in the program, and Darrell might work as hard as anybody we got.
Austin Olsen, what's it like to have a senior on the offensive line that's played a lot of games?
Yeah, I mean, that's what you want, you know, experience at the offensive line. And Austin's played a lot of games for us. He can play a couple different positions. You know, he's played the left side, the right side. You know, he's got a little bit of a hamstring, so when we do crank it up pads, you know, we're going to watch. He's also played a lot of games, and he's had a lot of practices, and he's an experienced kid that learns pretty quickly. So he's one of those guys that we'll watch rep-wise, make sure he gets to the season healthy.
What kind of impact does Craig have in the secondary?
We've got the same thing. We got to keep Craig healthy and let him play an entire season. Last year, when he was out there, he's as good as anybody we've got. He's had an outstanding summer as well, getting himself healthy and in shape. You know, he's another competitive guy. I'm telling you, this group of guys that we have pushed each other. It's the best leadership that I've seen from a group since I've been here. Have just taken ownership in the team. You know, the coaches can always keep you accountable, but the best championship teams I've ever been a part of have they're coaching themselves. They're holding each other accountable. And Craig's a guy that's a senior leader on our team, and we expect for him to have a big year.
How do you split the Somers reps, Nick? How do you plan to do that with him?
Yeah, he'll be in practice too here this afternoon, and so you'll see him over on offense, and you'll see him continue to get his reps at safety, and we'll kind of see how that safety works out. You know, he's not going to be standing on the sideline, I know that. So he'll have a role on this football team. And the best thing about Matt is it's like, hey, whatever the team, he wants to play, he likes to play ball, whether it's baseball or football or whatever it is. He likes to play and be competitive, and that's just who he is. So you'll see Matt DeSomer out on the football field somewhere for us this year.
Is it possible he'll punt return too?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we were going back, putting in our punt return stuff, and when we're watching, our opening game 2 years ago at Indiana, he's our starting punt returner. He's a reliable guy. We've got to get him healthy. You know, he missed the end of spring, and he's still coming back from that knee even now. So he's not even 100% right now. So we've got to watch that and get him back healthy, because he's an asset to our team, and special teams, offense, defense. Just a great guy to have.
And what's the advantage playing here? Practice field's got a lot more room, but can the film be as good as what you get at
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, this is the first time as a staff, this staff, that we've practiced out here. Last camp we weren't able to get out here just because the fields kind of got burned up, and we weren't able to. It wasn't a good playing surface. So I just feel like it's training camp, and you come out to the grass fields, and just like everybody else that have come before us have been out here putting in the work, and it allows you to spread out. You can teach. You're not trying to get out of somebody's way and kind of be over on the side. Now the stadium is great, and we'll go in there, but as long as the weather's nice and this field stays up, we'll try to get as many practices, especially when we all get together. Today we could have been in there with the split practice just because of the numbers, but whenever we start two-spot in every team period and we've actually have a full field to go, and they get to, you can get more work in over here.
What's one thing you want the team to improve on before the start of the season?
Just consistency. You know, that's not a glamorous answer, but we got to be a consistent football team that just becomes a great at the fundamentals. And it's a boring thing. It's probably taught at Pop Warner all the way through the NFL. The best teams are the teams that are consistent, can get on defense, can get lined up, get the call, play fast, know what they're doing, get in their playbooks. And so we'll just challenge them to be the best overall consistent football team that we can possibly be. And that's the only way that you can. There's talented football players here, but if you don't know what you're doing, you don't know where you're going, you don't know the plays, you can't play fast. And so that's what comes with experience. That's what I'm excited about for these guys.